We now have Larry Kudlow with us, direct from the White House, the Chief Economic Advisor to the President. Mr. Kudlow, with Larry, welcome to the program. It's good to see you again, sir.
Thanks, Stu. Appreciate it.
The blue states are lagging in getting behind this economic recovery. I mean, they're just lagging. They're holding us all back. Will the President, will you, will the administration put any pressure on them to say, hey, come on, open up faster?
Well, the President has certainly noted it, and he wants to see the economy reopen as rapidly as possible, but it's got to be done in a safe way. So it's hard for me to make a judgment. You know, we've been working with a lot of these governors. Well, Phil Murphy in New Jersey, for example, Andrew Cuomo, Gavin Newsom. The level of cooperation between the President and the Vice President and the task force and these governors, the level of cooperation has been good. And that's very positive, and they've acknowledged that. They're from the other party, but so what? So, yeah, I'd like to see them open up as fast as possible, but it's got to be done safely. You can't ignore you got to social distance to it. You got to have the testing. You got to have the hospitalization. So
we got these numbers. We got these figures today from the CDC. The fatality rate for COVID-19 is 0.3%. That's a very, very low fatality rate. In other words, the risk of getting out of the house, going back to work, is much lower than we thought previously. Can't you pound the table on that with these blue states?
Well, I'll pound this podium. I don't want to break it, but I'll hit it a couple of times. But in all honesty, those are wonderful numbers. You're right. The curves are flattening, and they're adjusting downwards. So to some extent, going back to the original guidance we issued, if you have a downward adjustment during a 14-day period, that gives you a go-ahead for phase one on into phase two. The case rate is the same way. It's been flattening out. Look, I want to see the economy open as fast as possible. We've got a whole bunch of green shoots that are developing, glimmers of growth, mustard seeds, whatever you want to call them, whatever I've called them down through the years. This is great news. It's driving the stock market up. And, you know, in today's consumer confidence, Stuart, the 6-month ahead measure for jobs in the economy is really bullish, really bullish. So people know, I think, that we are in transition and we are pivoting now towards reopening. People will return to work. Businesses will have a chance to get going again. And we're going to see a very strong third and fourth quarter. Very strong.
Are you speeding up your timetable of recovery? Last time you were with us, you were a little hesitant about how strong this economy would be in the third quarter. Now you're sort of saying, well, maybe we're speeding up a bit more, a more optimistic outlook for the pace of recovery.
Well, the facts are moving in my direction on that. But last time we talked, I talked about the Congressional Budget Office numbers, and they're showing a 20% plus third quarter. And that's been their view, and I've repeated that view because I happen to think it's the right course. My colleague Kevin Hassett, likewise, we think that's exactly the right course. So I don't know. You know, some days I have less caffeine, some days I have more caffeine. It all depends. On the other hand, I like what I see. I like the stock market action. I like the consumer confidence numbers. Look, you've had housing demand. It's been pointed out, mortgage applications and so forth are actually higher than they were pre-pandemic. There's better auto sales, more driving, more gasoline. Oil prices are up. Businesses are not only reopening, but business applications, new business applications are very strong. So these are good signs, and let's hope and pray that it continues.
Could the fly in the ointment here be Hong Kong and China? We've been reporting all morning that there's a huge demonstration coming tomorrow in Hong Kong against the new security laws. President Trump has suggested that he would push back on China if they do something. That could upset the apple cart, couldn't it?
Well, it might in the short run. I think China's making a big mistake, frankly. I think taking over Hong Kong's national security parameters and judgments was a mistake. You're supposed to have one country and two systems. And now we're seeing an attempt, I think, to have one country and only one system. That takes away a lot of freedom in Hong Kong. That will have a very bad financial effect on Hong Kong, I might add. And incidentally, we welcome any American companies in Hong Kong or China mainland we will do what we can for full expensing and pay the costs of moving if they return their supply chains and their production to the United States. That's one of our key policy issues.
Could it kill the trade deal?
China's making a big mistake. I don't want to speculate on that because meetings recently, Ambassador Lighthizer, Secretary Mnuchin, Vice Premier Liu He had a constructive meeting about the trade deal. The trade deal is on for now. We will see if the Chinese implement that deal. That includes intellectual property and the forced transfer of technology, as well as the commodity purchases. So we'll see. I don't want to speculate. I'm just saying China's made a big mistake on this national security question. China made an enormous, costly mistake regarding their concealment and lack of transparency and information on the origins of the coronavirus. Huge mistake, and it's spread worldwide. The costs are enormous. They've also made big mistakes in the financial area, Stuart. As you know, we were forced to stop the thrift savings plan, the federal thrift savings plan, from investing in Chinese companies because they lack transparency and they don't meet our auditing standards. In fact, they don't let us audit. And the Public Accounting Board and the SEC have commented on this, and there'll be more of that. China must comply with the United States standards if they want to raise money here in the United States. So that's another area of issue and discussion, and frankly, I think China's going the wrong way. Maybe they'll get smart and move in a better direction, but right now, there's been a lot of miscues from China.
30 seconds, Larry, that's all I've got left, but can you tell me this? Is a vaccine, a proven effective vaccine, is that the big key to getting our economy back where it was 2 months ago?
Well, it's one of the big keys, and it's moving very fast, really warp speed. Yeah. Through, by the way, a lot of deregulation going on, and we've always cooperated with the private sector. So I think that would be a huge plus. I also think, Stuart, the biotech companies and the pharmas are looking at therapies, medicines, to deal with the virus right now. So the vaccine is longer term, but the potential therapies that might come out this summer may be very reassuring to Americans, American workforce, American businesses, ranchers, cattlemen, middle-income people, the blue-collar boom that I talked about months ago. Very reassuring to have therapies. And then, yes, the vaccine is proceeding at rapid pace. This is all to the good. Let us pray it continues in this direction.
Indeed. Larry Kudlow, always a pleasure. Thank you again for being with us today.
Thanks,
Larry. Sure thing.